seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And good morning. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Wednesday Hump Day, New Comic Day, August 25th edition of Nevermind the Furthermore with me, Brian K. Morris, as if there was anyone else. Well, there is Carl occasionally, or Ryan, or Joe, but anyway, it's me this morning. We're live. At least if you're watching us on Wednesday morning. Otherwise, we're not live. But whether you're watching us live or on the rerun, we appreciate you all. We really do. We appreciate your support. Thank you for backing this show. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already on YouTube, please do. And if you're watching on Facebook, please give us a like. Also, like the page you're watching it on, whether it's Kathy Jackson's books, the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, or the Rising Tide Publications page. It's all appreciated. Anyway, we've got a lot of cool things we're going to talk about this morning, but I don't know what it is yet because you haven't told me. That's the way this show works. But anyway, we are always sponsored by Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Plasma Fire Graphics are your experts in book construction. If you've worked so hard on your book that you've got it all edited and everything, you've got it formatted, but you just need a beautiful cover, then Plasma Fire Graphics is the cover for you. They did my latest book here. I got to show it off. I'm so proud of it. It is Snow Ambition. That's the name of it. It's under the Snow Shorts umbrella. A group of short stories about people in the Abraham Snow universe is created by Bobby Nash, BobbyNash.com. And mine is number 4 in the series. Not because it's not that good, because it was turned in after number 3. Anyway, I'm very proud of the story, and it turned out very well. Thank you, Bobby Nash, for letting me do it, and I'm coming back one of these days once I get some free time in my schedule. But anyway, it's a one-shot, quick-read crime thriller that you will enjoy. It's currently 99 cents on Amazon, and this cover is by Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics because we wanted the very best, and we got it. Anyway, Jeffrey Hayes, check out his work. Check out the Plasma Fire Graphics page on Facebook, and also check out his website, plasmafiregraphics.com, and you can contact him there to find out his very affordable independent creator rates. You'll be happy you did. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, and are also brought to you today by the one, the only author Amy Hale, who has a brand new book out, Neurosis. You should check it out, and here's why. She's not really short. She's fun-sized. Anyway, please check out the work of Amy Hale. It is amazing. She's a fantastic author. And right now we're really promoting her because she and her husband John are just getting over the My Sharona Miley Cyrus. That's right, the COVID-19. And they are on their road back to health again. I'm glad to say, thank God for this. And anyway, we want Amy to be cheered up. And what cheers an author up more than sales? So we're glad to promote her. Please stop by her Amazon page or authoramyhale.com and show her some love, okay? And speaking of love, we love our patrons on Patreon. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can, for a small amount every month, you can support your favorite creators directly, and I'm one of them. And I hope I'm your favorite, or at least you're, at least in somewhere in the line. But anyway, these wonderful people believe in the rising tide philosophy. They like what we're doing. They like what we're writing and publishing, and they are so very kind to give me the support that helps keep the show on the air. It really does. There are expenses that the show incurs, and these guys and gals are making sure that I can come to you an ungodly number of hours a week and spread my malarkey amongst you. But anyway, please check out these people because they all have their Patreon pages as well, and they are more than deserving of your love. If you want to see what I give you in return for your financial support, check me out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And also please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We are a group of like-minded individuals who, with integrity and with the rising tide philosophy in mind of mutual support, we help each other grow. And let's see, what's on the roster for tonight? After me, you get to eat lunch. And then at 7 o'clock tonight, Ted Davies and guest host Carl Witzman will be joining up. They are the Truth Mongers, and tonight will be all about something I'm very interested in, and something called the Mandela Effect, where you remember history one way, but what if you're not correct, or what if you're not correct according to this reality? It's a fascinating subject, and I look forward to what Carl, who was a former counselor, has to say about this. And of course, Ted is always fascinating. Please check out his shows. And tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll have a TED Talks timepieces tomorrow. Ted's having some water problems in his home. And that's got to take precedence over broadcasting, unfortunately. But anyway, if he does, he'll have it tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. I don't know if there's a cigar show or not afterwards at 11. But tomorrow night at 7 p.m. will be my show, Comic Book Spectrum, with co-hosts Brian Rodman, Eric S. Hawkins, and Clyde Hall, where we'll review the latest some of the latest comic books released, and also talk about the industry. And don't forget, we're going to have a live show September 4th, Saturday, September 4th at BergCon, my next show. And that's going to be in Harrisburg, Illinois at the Bond Business Center at 540 North Commercial. Please come see us. It's free admission. And hopefully we're going to get a writing panel going with myself, Kathy Jackson, Amy Hale, and also joining us will be Rick Bradley, who during the last BergCon came to us with questions, and since then he has had an astounding career in writing. We're very proud of him. But anyway, please check that out. And so anyway, that's it. Let's get to your comments. I have falderalled long enough, and I've got a load of comments here. So Teresa Dunn leads the way, 9:45. Good morning, Brian and creative friends. Good morning, Teresa. Good to see you. And good morning, everyone. Let's have a good Wednesday. Carl, I will do my part to make that happen. I know you will too. And everyone said hello to HR Joe Dog. Hi, going to be MIA for a while. Hope it's a great show. Well, you know what the host is like, Joe Dog. We can only do what we can do. I can't promise you anything, but Joe, good luck with whatever you got going. In fact, speaking of great shows, check out last night's. Unfortunately, due to a family crisis, Glenn D. Fleming had to cancel on us. We will reschedule him for a future show. But I had an AMA, ask me anything, and I replied with my usual amount of candor. So you may want to brace yourselves. But no, we had some great questions from our audience last night and some really good discussions. And some of your questions were hitting a little close to home there. This carefully constructed facade I put together, and you guys were getting some sincere answers out of me. Let's not have that happen again, okay? But it was a real challenge for me, and it was a lot of fun. So we'll do it again sometime. Maybe we'll have somebody on and you ask them anything. All right. You just, tear into their psyche as best you can. So anyway, okay, Joe Dog, have a good day, says Carl Witzman. I'm patrolling for trolls today. Patrolling, one might say. Well, thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. I noticed that after Sunday, I didn't have any trolls last couple days. Interesting. And first plug of the day, watch The Truthmongers tonight to see Carl Witzman rip up all the arguments Ted presents on the Mandela effect. Yeah, I think Mandela effect, frankly, is a matter of what did they used to call it? CRS. Can't remember stuff. That's what I think it is. But everybody's got to have a reason. But I will try to join in tonight because I don't necessarily want to be on camera, but I think I might be able to propel the discussion along from the peanut gallery. I'm looking forward to that. I really do. I think it's going to be a great show because you guys are on it. And good morning to Grant Lanker. Good morning, everyone. Hope you are all wonderful. I hope you and Angie are the same, good sir. Thank you for being with us on the show last night. Also, thank you to Sarah. Sarah, mwah, you're up late tonight. Sarah's a night owl. Sarah, I love you, hun, and hope you're going to have a great day. And 0 likes, guys. You have disappointed Grant Lankard, who is the author and artist of this wonderful comic here called Beowulf. And 2 issues are already out. Go to Monarch Publishing and plead with this man to sell you copies. And I like to wait until the show starts, Grant, but good point. Yeah. Well, you can always, pop in before I start and leave me a like. It would not offend me whatsoever. And hello, Donna Carly. Mwah, good to see you this morning, hon. Thank you for being there last night also. And to Joe Dog McKeel. There are a million reasons to quit, but there is always one reason that keeps me going. Stand up or stand back is all I have to say. Dude, we're not just standing, we're linking arms and we're running together. You know what I'm saying? We've expect great things from the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. I predict it now. And if there's 0 likes, it means you haven't liked it yet either. Really on the floor. I liked it. Well, see, Sarah hasn't even watched more than 12 minutes and 59 seconds of this, and she likes it. Does when you like a video affect the algorithm or however you spell that? I wasn't aware. Yes, it does. It does affect the algorithm. And even the negative Nelly who has come by. Hope you have a great day. I really do. And watch our success and know that you're not a part of it. Anyway, the Phantom Disliker strikes again. R.A. Keep it up and gotta love it. Derp. Yep. And I don't know, Grant, but I'm suspicious. I don't want YouTube to have any excuse to dismiss my like. Well, if more people drown out the dislike, then we're in good shape. And we should really get paranoid and start accusing each other of being the disliker. That's just what the disliker would say. Anyway, what a sad existence to live for disliking someone like Brian. No, Grant. That's what the terrorists want, by God. And remember the children, Grant. Remember the children. And my bet is that the fam dislikers BK. He doesn't real sympathy. Dude, Grant, I wake up each day and I go out in the public and I get all the sympathy I can handle. It's like I couldn't get more sympathy if I was living in a cardboard box and ringing a bell asking for cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but I appreciate the thought. And okay, off to battle the real world. You'll have a great day, Joe Dog. Good luck, sir. You go with our love and we'll be back here watching, see what happens to you. And Carl mocks us with his laughter. Michaela Jade, hey there, how's everyone? Mwah. Good morning, beautiful. How are you? Please check out Michaela Jade. She is doing some incredible stuff, and she is kicking butt. I'm proud of this gal. Not only is she an amazing author with her Warriors trilogy on Amazon, but she also does a morning show, morning motivational, which will give you a great great reason to get up and get going in the morning to achieve your creative dreams. But also every Monday she does tidbits and scribbles where she drills down deep into the things that are helping her advance her career as a creator, and she shares it with you. And she was also with us at Kokomo Con last Saturday. It was a great time hanging with her and Kathy and Matt and Cookie. Yeah, we can't forget Cookie. And then, and she's just amazing. And she's trying to catch up with my subscriptions. So make sure you subscribe to me. And if you need to, actually subscribe to her. I've told her I want her to pass me up. I really do, because she puts out amazing content. In fact, this is a good time to mention my YouTube challenge. I want to achieve 1,100 subscribers. That's 1,100 subscribers by the end of Halloween night. And it can be done. We're actually on our way. We're doing pretty good. And if we achieve this goal, I will put on a 12-hour Nevermind the Furthermore. I'm not talking about pre-recorded. I'm talking about live. We will do a live 12-hour Nevermind the Furthermore. And we will have special guests, and we'll probably do some giveaways too. So if you want some stuff and you want to see me in absolute torment as I try to be creative and clever for 12 hours, if you want to see me writhe in agony, then definitely share this if you would. Share this video. Tell your friends about us. Encourage them to sign up, and it'll be a good thing. Anyway, we are wonderful, Michaela. Report in. How are you? And yep, Carl says, Sarah, pretty pathetic existence, but it's gaining popularity by that person while they do it. Yeah, as we talk about that idiot. So, and it's, and this has been pointed out, it's kind of funny that we're renting out his head for free. Or it could be a her. We don't know. And everyone's saying hello. And there he is. Nicholas Anthony Tucker himself, the Historical Fencing Guild, every Friday night at 8 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Good morning, Nevermorians. The mighty Manatee Man is battening down the hatches as heat and thunderstorms loom. That's right. Yeah, and we've got a couple bits of shopping we have to do today. And Cookie's got physical therapy today. But in 2 weeks, she's going to see the doctor, who will then either continue her PT or change her PT to strength training, which means she's got mobility back. And more greetings programs. Well, greetings from the Matrix, Brian Hawkins. How the heck are you this morning? Glad to see you. And still haven't gotten a notice for Facebook. Nice work, Facebook. Yeah, I noticed that I usually get a notice about an hour and 15 minutes into the show. I'll let you know when it happens. Anyway, no drama zone. That's what we try to keep this as, a no drama zone. And it's amazing. And I will go to a lot of lengths to make sure it stays that way, even if I have to act preemptively, which I do without regret. And BKM, stay safe today as the weather is set to be a mix of dangers. Oh, yeah? Well, you tell the weather to look out for me, Nick. Anyway, thank you, brother. I love you, man. You stay safe too, you and the fam, okay? And all right, 5 minutes into the show, Facebook gets its act together. Took long enough for Facebook to send out notices. Well, the first part of the show is pretty much like me thanking my wonderful sponsors and my Patreon friends, and talking about the network. So you can safely miss most of the first 5 minutes, I guess, if you're a regular. Otherwise, stay tuned. It is fascinating. Anyway, and here he is, my buddy, the Skunk Rocker, who is part of Stupid O'Clock, which runs every Thursday night. Oh, I forgot to mention, Thursday nights, I was continuing my, I stopped at Comic Book Spectrum. Thursday nights at 9 p.m., join Joe Dog McKeel, Skunk Rocker, and a great array of hosts on Stupid O'Clock, the funniest, most wonderful nerd talk show on the air. And then stay tuned for Dan Hollifield's Last Man Standing. They are great. I apologize to Stupid O'Clock for the omission, and to Joe Dog McKeel. Anyway, it's time for What's Yanking My Tail, yada, yada, yada. It's brought to you by Stupid O'Clock, blah, blah, blah. You all know what's up, and if not, I'll get out the DeWalt and drill it into you eventually. And we'll get back to that after a couple of words. One from Ted Davies Artistry. Good morning to you, my friend. Good morning, all. See you tonight on The Truth Mongers. Special guest Carl Witzman. The Mandela Effect. Things aren't what you remember. And Eric Hawkins, good morning to you, my friend. Zombie for World of Oz, now in demand on Indiegogo. Also one of the Fab Four, as we have been called, on Comic Book Spectrum Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Scott Crocker says, okay, this one's going to be real short. Yo, I know I look different from you, and maybe it's a little outlandish. Maybe it's a little weird. You don't see too many guys these days running around with mullets. Cool story. How about you stop staring at me before I break your face? This dude straight just would not stop looking at me with a stupid look on his face like he'd never seen a human being before. So he knew what he was doing was wrong and weird. What I just don't get, people, and it happens all the time, quit staring at people. Mind your own damn business. That's right. And are we and the Matrix? You mean the Game Grid? Come on, Brian, get your movie reference in order, please. That's what I've got you for, to keep me in line here, Skunk, and I appreciate the effort. God knows you'll break out in a sweat trying to keep me going. And I think we got done with your rave, sir, and what a fine rave it was, I will say. And Skunk Cracker says, yeah, I wanted to be part of the Ask Me Anything last night, but when I got home, the power was out. I don't know why they wouldn't say, but by the time it came back on, I was already asleep. It's okay, man. I promise we will have more. If enough people liked it and let me know, I will have another AMA, and maybe we'll have some more people doing AMAs on their own. All right, and I will moderate. And Why I Love Jesus Illusion Show. Good morning, Jake. Hi, Brian. I found out amazing news. The next 3 shows I'm doing, they're paying me $120, and the best part is the stages are 30 foot long. Hey, that way, if you have an act that involves 25-foot strides, then you're safe, man. This is OSHA. We'll be glad to see that. Anyway, glad you're here, Jake, and congratulations, sir. Grant Lanker said, I kind of started dancing to the music in Amy Hale's post. Isn't that great? There are several things we run on here. I dig the music. I can't get enough of the one for Plasma Fire Graphics. Amy's is amazing. And I also love my 10-second clock or my 30-second clock made for me by the Skunk Rocker. And if you want something like that, check in with Skunk, and his real name is Kyle Guthrie, and ask him about his rates. They're very reasonable. So we don't, we get premium quality for independent creator prices, and we're glad to support those people because they're doing the world a great favor. Oh, cookie come up soon. Anyway, and Teresa Dunn, what? No problem about your question. Your question was great, actually. It was quite good, and a wonderful wacky Wednesday to the fantastic Funky Fez man and all the clever Nevermorians. Count your God-given blessings and know how much they really count. Thank you, Artwork of Bill Sarnard 76. Look for it on Facebook, and you'll be amazed at his wacky sketches and his great programming on there. It's a super page. And hashtag bring cookie home. Working on it every day, brother. And maybe the dude likes you, Skunk Rocker, says Carl Witzman. It could be, maybe he's repressed or something, or shy, and he sends those awesome furry vibes. You know what I'm saying? You could bring him out of his shell. And said, okay, that went a little longer than I thought, but you get the point. Yeah, it was worth it. There are people that just stare at other people, and you're right, that's creepy as hell. At least learn to do it out of the corner of your eye or something. And Grant Lankert agrees. I don't think it was a bad question. I don't either. We got no bad questions last night. None at all. In fact, just about all of them were awesome. So it was all good. And the bird's the word, says the Artwork of Bill Sarton on Facebook. When you subscribe to Cindy Cap's nice and nifty newsletter at CKOEPP.com, it's really something to tweet about. Now, she said a couple days ago, she's having computer issues, and it should have been out today. It's going to be late. But sign up for it anyway if you can. But be patient, or send your email address to Cindy Cap via direct message on Facebook. It is really the best newsletter I read every month. I love all the newsletters I get. Amy's is really good, and I love Brian's and Grant's when they come out. But there's just something magic about what Cindy's doing. And Mandela's death was even a textbook. It is definitely a weird thing. Yeah, and I have a story about. I follow the people who follow these conspiracies, like idiot flat earthers, sovereign citizens. I just like seeing them get their faces rubbed in reality, particularly when they cross that line, venturing kind of into what Skunk was talking about, and they get creepy, and a lot of them do it not because they believe in it so much, but because they'll go on YouTube and there are enough morons out there who believe it is true, and they follow them on YouTube and they get monetized easily. So, I mean, if I wanted to get monetized, if I wanted to blast Michaela out of the water, I'd start doing sovereign citizen commentaries. There are some good ones, or flat Earth debunking. But that's just a whole crowd I don't want to get into. Anyway, we'll just keep doing what we're doing and doing more of it. And good morning, Nevermind. Good morning to you, Rick Bradley. Thanks for being with us on the show last night. And Rick Bradley will be joining me and Carl Witzman and Jody McPhee and Brian Rodman. I think it's everybody. I got to check. We're going on the 31st, this coming Tuesday on Clever Tile Penning. We're going to have a panel on imposter syndrome, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'd love to see those books, Eric. I'm interested in these things, truly. I am too. I really am. And Scott Cracker said, yeah, I want to be okay. We got that. Thank you. And Ryan Permis shared. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. As always, my friend. Thank you for being on the show last night too. That was so cool of you. And sorry if any of my questions hit hard or awkwardly. No. The only questions I only find are awkward are me answering in-depth questions I'm finding. It's like, how do you really feel? Well, crap, I can't put up this act anymore. They're on to me. But no. If they were truly that awkward, actually, none of the questions last night were awkward. My responses to them may have been because I wasn't really anticipating anything like that, or hit hard. There were a couple questions. They didn't hit me hard, but my answers, when I realized what they were, did. So, and I'm not going to go into which ones they are, so you have to watch to find out where Brian is squirming. But no, Nick, I appreciate your questions, brother. And it's, the same thing. You open when you do an AMA, you have an obligation to answer the questions and to answer them as honestly as you are able. I think the only one I danced around to any degree was the new show I am going to be doing is starting in September. I've just about got all my ducks in a row on this. I'm in the scripting phase. It will be a pre-recorded one, and I want to check some things and make sure they're right. And I'm still looking for a title. But Cookie and I have narrowed it down to about half a dozen of them because I want to achieve something with the title. But anyway, we're going to be doing a new daily show, and I do mean daily. We're on 7 days a week with this one, and we'll be doing it for the foreseeable future. So it's not going to replace any show currently, but it will change my schedule just a little bit. Nevermind, the furthermore will be unaffected though. But we'll have more information on that. Probably early next week, because I've got to get started on it. And Sarah says last night was a great show. Well, see, you got it from there. If you thought the show sucked last night, you're wrong. Sarah liked it, so that's all I need to get by. Love you, sweetheart, to the abyss and beyond. And Ryan Permison, good morning, Nevermorans. How are you? I'm doing well. Excellent. And we're all doing well. Check out the latest episode of the podcast, Talking Movies, on Anchor FM, episode 112, because 111 was a prime number. And I don't want to be on camera. In other words, I never thought I'd hear BKM say, Grant, if I really wanted to be on camera, you'd be amazed how many invites I get. I don't know why. It's like, what? You're tired of doing your show? You want somebody to kill it? What? But no, seriously, in all seriousness, I get a lot of requests, but you hear this work-life balance thing, and in a lot of cases, being on camera, I consider part of my work, as a broadcaster. And there are some shows I would be on every one if I could. I love the Sunday morning show with Randy, but some days, unfortunately, I have my Saturdays, especially right now, are jam-packed with appearances. And so, Sunday is the day I crash. I have 3 days a week I can crash because Saturdays are usually spoken for either with a show or we have a friend who we take care of. And that's our day to visit her. But she's a good friend, so we do it. And of course, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I can't sleep in. And that leaves Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, right? Yeah, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, where I can sleep in. But generally I don't because I have other things to do. And if it rains today, I can't mow the lawn tomorrow because my lawnmower doesn't like that. But yeah, I pass up more invitations than I accept most of the time. So that's the way it is. But yeah, but I also recognize that I can suck the oxygen out of the room, grandson. I don't want to do that. That's someone else's show, and that's me being a bad guest. So, in my opinion, or at least with my personality. So I like to defer to my hosts. But I will tell you though, if it'll make you happy, that if Carl hadn't said yes, I would have stepped in to help Ted out. So anyway, look behind the scenes at the Rising Tide Broadcast Network and subscribe to Ryan Permison's Nerd Culture channel today for more nerdy content featuring trivia, interviews, and more stuff. And the Mandela effect is just a mischievous time traveler. They go back in time and change things just a tiny bit, and the timeline doesn't fully affect everyone. So that's why some people remember how it really is. Rick, you got to show up tonight and put that theory out, man. I'm serious. It's the Doctor. He's going around and he's messing up the timelines, and he's going back to fix the timelines he messes. And agreed, Sarah, last night was awesome. Well, because you ladies were there and all of my great audience, that show could have been about 10 minutes long, 5 of which would be me saying thank you to everyone. So, but it was a lot of fun. I admit last night I went in a little trepidatiously because I wasn't sure. I was like, they see me every week. I'm an open book. Who wants to know anything? But when someone like Joe Dog wants to know whether I prefer hamburgers and hot dogs, that's the kind of hard hitting stuff that just takes you down to the very bottom of your soul, and you have to dig deep to come up with an answer. So anyway, Ryan Permison says he's got spots open to be a guest on, and I quote, he's live every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern at noon, and if he needs to record, he can do that for you. So join him in friendly conversation, and you can promote your projects as well. Check out that Calendar page and sign yourself up. And also, summer reading recommendations. Send Ryan your links via DM. I keep forgetting to send you the couple I've got. And Grant Lankard. Oh, Beowulf got approved by Comixology. Yes, I guess it takes time to process through. It should be up next week, hopefully. Yeah, Comixology is very persnickety about their formatting, which you may have encountered already. They want the maximum reading experience for their readers, as we all should. You should always consider the end user. And, I know, for instance, they've rejected stuff of mine because, they rejected my Spencer's Spook, or they would reject my Spencer's Spook because it has an old-time story in there, and it doesn't have that multi-level formatting that would be necessary for the panel by panel reading on there. So I've never bothered to submit it. So anyway, let's see. The Artwork of Bill Sargent says, I just want to explain the reason why I've been absent from your shows, Brian. Stupid O'Clock and Last Man Standing is that I've been putting in 14 plus hour days on a huge estate sale for Glamour Girls Estate Sellers in Danville. Check out my Facebook page for pictures of what very cool vintage things will be sold at the sale and on eBay. There we go. Well, Bill, we figured you were busy. You are now a media mogul like me. So, and Ryan Permison, great AMA last night. So many great questions and answers. I agree. I got some super, super questions, and I was, I don't think I anticipated most of them. You always go in, and Cindy Kemp gave me some jokes, so all was right with the world. And speaking of jokes, here's one from Ace Bonnie. Did you hear about the guy who put little G.I. Joe soldiers at the bottom of his coffee cup? He heard that the best part of waking up is soldiers in your cup. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you, Ace. Thank you. And hashtag bring cookie home. Thank you, Ryan. Much love, man. Thank you. And Historical Fencing Guild says, I like your videos from both my accounts to negate the dislike. That way their opinion has no value. Good day, sir or madam. I said good day. There we go. Thank you for protecting me, Nick. God knows I need it. And so if you guys want to check out Beowulf but are not a fan of Kickstarter, you'll be able to read it on Comixology soon. Grant, do you offer individual issues for sale? Because they're, a lot of people like digital, but I think most people still enjoy having the floppy in their hand. If so, please leave a link. All right, because we want to help you out. And what goes black, white, black, white, black, white? A panda rolling down a hill. Oh, thank you, Why I Love Jesus Illusionist Show. That's funny. And hello, Jake Twister. Good to see you, sir. Good morning to you. Hope you are well. And Ryan Permisson, favorite mystery writer of the past and why. Example, Agatha Christie or Ellery Queen. Wow. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of a toss. I'd love to hear everyone else's opinion. For me, it's kind of a toss-up. I love her plots, but Ellery Queen, the duo who did that, they did such an amazing job of mysteries. Both of them are awesome mystery writers, but I love the Ellery Queen stuff too. And there's a lot of great interaction with like Ellery and his dad and everything. And there were some episodes on YouTube I found I think it's late 70s. Jim Hutton played Ellery. David Wayne, who was the Mad Hatter on the Batman 66 show. David Wayne played played Inspector Queen. And what I loved about the show, it was only a half hour. Actually 24 minutes with commercials. But anyway, it was a great, great show. And it was like, they do the whole thing. And Jim Hutton was such an amazing actor. His son, Timothy, was in a lot of great movies as well. But Jim would, as Ellery would be, you'd go to like what would be the last commercial. And all of a sudden he breaks the fourth wall and he turns to the viewer and says, I think I know who did it. Now you've gotten the same clues I did. When we come back, let's see who's right. It was just so amazing. And very few actors could have pulled it off with the same elan that Jim Hutton did. He was so good. He was so very good. Grant Lankert says, so I told you guys about the story that got picked up by the anthology. I got the idea to spin off some of the background characters in their own stories. Why not? When you have such a rich environment of creations, that why not give them their time in the spotlight? Look at Mike Mignola, who we are all huge fans of. Hi, honey. Hi. And look how many spinoffs he's gotten from his Hellboy. Oh, and speaking of spinoffs, let's spin off a great show called Coffee from the original Coffee Beans. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're so good to me.
I try.
You try good.
Sometimes I even succeed.
You frequently succeed. Your husband, maybe not so much, but he tries too. He's very trying. Anyway, thank you, sweetie. That was the hand. And if you want to see what the person behind the hand looks like, join me for many of my shows in September, because Cookie will be accompanying me. The face behind the hand. But anyway, no, Grant, that's a great idea. And you never know which one of them may take off. I mean, you look at TV and like Happy Days with Ron Howard, who of course went on to become an incredibly popular director of film. He the show was basically the Ron Howard show, but there was a character that was actually supposed to be in about 4 or 5 episodes. In the background, he played a tough. It was Henry Winkler playing Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz. And the thing is, he had so much charisma and was so amazing that the fans started saying, we want more of Fonzie. And it almost got to the point after a while where Richie Cunningham was supporting the Fonz in his show. But occasionally you see that. Or like there were a number, like All in the Family spun off Maude and the Jeffersons. And then the Jeffersons, and also Good Times. Good Times came off of Maude. There were a lot of spin-off shows. So good luck with that. I'm excited to see what happens. Anyway, Grant Lankard says, so if you guys remember, I was struggling with what to follow up Beowulf with. It's going to be a crime or film noir comic book anthology where the stories are all interconnected, similar to Sin City. I'm excited by that. Let me know what help I can be. And the Matrix, okay, I've got that one, Skunk, thank you. And I guess the IAB show got, in Aurora got canceled. No idea why. Well, it probably got canceled because I made my room reservations yesterday. I've got to check that out. Were you going to be at that one, Carl? I will check in with Jen about that because I was looking forward to going up there. I know she had some trouble scheduling up there at one point, but it sounded like it was a go, which means I've got I may have 2 days to spend at the Pulp Con up there. That's kind of exciting. Grant Langer says, okay, we've got that. Grant, please keep us posted on that. Let's, and like I said, if I can be a help on that in any way, hit me up, okay? And let's see, there we go. Oh, here we go. It's as funny as every time I see that dislike, an older incarnation of yours truly tries to manifest, and I can hear the whistling opening to regulator starting up. Oh, wow. Skunk, I love you, brother. I love it. If I knew if I could, you see, I want to be sure. I want to be 105% sure when I make accusations. And, the thing is, if I knew who it was, I'd set you loose on them because I tend to be too nice, as I have found out. And there are sometimes people that need a shot 6 inches below the water line, if you know what I'm saying. And as they're bailing water, need to learn how close they have come to doom. I'm all for the rising tide. I believe in the rising tide with all my heart. I also believe that the rising tide can get you. Karma does that. It is karma in its purest, most benevolent form. But sometimes it comes back and it will get you. It's, I've done things and they've come back to get me. Is own up to it. But I'd set you loose on them. And Grant, that sounds great, says the Historical Fencing Guild. Yeah, I agree. And you should do a talk show called "What's Yanking My Tail?" like when Homer Simpson did. What's grinding my gears? Skunk, I'd be your side man on that one. I'd be your Ed McMahon to your Johnny Carson. That'd be fun. Why I Love Jesus Illusion show. The best part is the show I'm doing Sunday is 45 teens coming in with 14 adults. Well, that sounds good. And Grant, that was the Family Guy, not the Simpsons. Don't get in a fight, people. Don't get in a fight. And weather and net permitting, says the Historical Fencing Guild, I will be running the ongoing campaign for Dice Dames and Dudes. Note that it is 18 plus, not safe for work, for mild shenanigans and violence. So be sure if you're watching at work to turn that mother up. You know what I'm saying? I want you to blast it out like it's a Funkadelic song. I want you to raise the roof on this sucker. So anyway, sounds like fun. And hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful Keisha Acuff, who is the co-host of Cryptid Crunch on the Back of the Cereal Box Network. And she is an incredible broadcaster, incredibly fun. Love you, and a great artist too. Please check out her work. All right. And Grant Lankard says, I can't believe I did that, Jake. You're so right. That's all right. And Donna Carlene, I never expect Cindy or Grant's newsletters. I like being delightfully surprised when I open my email and I find them there. I understand that, Donna. But I'm like, oh, I can't wait for it. I can't wait. It's like, Christmas morning, I'm telling you. And good morning, Patrick Gorman. How you doing? Welcome to the Madhouse. And hope your day is going well. And thanks, Donna from Grant. And I'm going to get a swelled head if you guys keep being so nice. Well, that's also part of the rising tide, too. Like the doctor says, always try to be nice and never fail to be kind. So, except when they got it coming, I guess. But anyway. Oh, by the way, I updated my YouTube channel. I see that. Basically, with the new title, as it's the title of my illusion show. Oh, it's a great idea. Like this channel, and will feature illusions that are performed in front of live audiences. Beautiful. And Brian Hawkins says, Skunk Rocker, thank you. I've given up on Brian getting the reference right, though. It's all Matrix to me, man. If it's not Matrix, it's illusion. Yeah, Brian, a lot of people already have given up with me being hip, okay? So it's just something I have to live with. And tonight on Love American Style, says the artwork of Bill Sargent, Skunk Rocker finds out that Paul Lynde has a crush on him, and when Skunk asks advice from Rosemarie and Maury Amsterdam, hilarity ensues. You forgot Charo in there, sir. And you'd think my avatar being Flynn would be a hint. Well, if I recognize Flynn, yeah, that'd be a real darn good hint, sir. Remember who you're dealing with, Brian. Oh, and yeah, I see a comment, the floppy in their hands, biting tongue. Yeah, what was the old practice? Drink. Yeah. Yeah, and I was thinking of something else too. And good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, Facebook users. Who identify yourself, please? Facebook is not playing well. Because last night we had a comment by Bobby Nash, and I would have said BobbyNash.com because I adore the man so. I fanboy. And you and me both, Donna. And glad someone else was thinking it, Michaela. There's three of us here. And shame on all of us. And Grant, that new series sounds great, says Ted Davies Artistry. And spinoffs can be fun. I'm loving seeing how other writers are depicting the snow characters. I thought it was you, Bobby. Good morning. Good morning. The thing is, I had a blast doing it. I definitely want to do it again. Once I get a few more projects out into the wild. But yeah, and I gotta say, when I am allowed to work with somebody else's characters, I cannot convey what a privilege that is, because it is like a proud parent saying, "Here is my child. Please, take care of it for about 5,000 words." But I had a blast writing that thing. I think that's actually that was my first crime story. I think of it as a crime story, and I had so much fun writing it. And I want to do it again. So I'll be hitting you up with another pitch soon enough. So anyway, thank you, Bobby. And also please check out BobbyNash.com. This man has an amazing array of books, and they're all well written. Bobby Nash is one of my favorite writers. And if you read his stuff, he'll become one of yours too. Please check him out. Ace Bonnie, hello. My name is Indigo Montoya. You drank my coffee, prepare to die. Good morning. That is a killing offense. I will tell you. There are, Cookie and I, we share cooties. We've been married for 30 years. God knows. And so, like, sometimes she'll be like, "Brian, I can't eat all this. You want the rest of it?" "Yeah, I'll take it." So I use her fork. And a lot of you are probably gagging by now, but I know where she is. I know where she's been. And for the last 4 weeks, she's been pretty much not out of my sight, except for going to the bathroom. There are limits to our relationship, but we frequently drink out of the same cup. So it's one of those things where that's why I was especially careful during since like about January of last year, because I know that if one of us caught it, the other one surely did. So. And I can't verify, but I may have had it even before we knew about it. I don't know how I could have, but then again, we did such a piss poor, attempt at tracking it that it could have been everywhere by that time. Anyway, Scoutcracker says, if we all remember from Creep Show, the rising tide can also drown you. I have no way of spinning that into a positive connotation right this second, but it's food for thought. I prefer to think of it as justice. And if nothing else, I think the worst part of not being a part of the rising tide is not having full contact with you guys and gals. As I said on the show last night, I am blessed by the rising tide. I don't know anyone who's gotten more out of it than I have without intending to, which I think is part of the key. If you go in looking at what it can do for you, you're going in for the wrong reason. It should be like, oh, I get a free dessert with that meal? Oh, thank you. Because I think that's how it works best. Attitude of gratitude. But I think the worst part of, like you said, the rising tide rising up is that they, a wall comes down between them and the rest of you. I don't know how. that would be tragic. And I say that with all sincerity, because you are all wonderful and wacky and intelligent and funny and supportive. God knows you're supportive of me and everyone else in this network. And I'd be lost. I really would. And Grant Lankard says, thanks, Ted. And wait a minute. Grant said I was being nice. Don't wreck my reputation. Grant, have you never seen her in the green room or during the drunken rants? We got to get you educated fast. And am I one of your furry friends, Joe? And Joe Bachman, another Joe, says, good morning, my fine furry friends. Oh, the things came in a wrong order. Good morning, my fine furry friends, and happy hump day. Apparently, I can't type this morning. Joe Bachman, you're doing just fine. And Skunk Rocker says, am I one of your furry friends, Joe? Say yes and don't blink. Anyway, Eric Hawkins says the rising tide also brings in the trash and dead fish and leaves it stinking up the shore. We do attract a few, yes, but the thing is, once we find them, they're out. And Joe Bachman, of course, you are Skunk. And Tron, for all that is holy, it's a Tron reference. Oh my God, oh my God, I haven't watched Tron in 10 years. I need to watch that again. I watched that a couple times in the theaters, and I love the show. And I'm sitting there watching all the computer graphics in the original Tron going, wow, it can't get any better than this. I'm an idiot. I'm no one. That's why you don't want me picking your stocks for you. Anyway, but no, thank you. And another pitch is awesome, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate that. Yeah, sometimes, Bobby, I don't know what it is, but Facebook and StreamYard, most of the time they're like this, but every now and then they're like this, and there's couple of loose ends, and I'm sorry you're wrong, but thank you for being here, Bobby. It's much appreciated. Also, Bobby has a wonderful Patreon page, so look for www.patreon.com/Bobby Nash, and he posts a lot of stuff. I've been so busy the last couple of weeks. I'll tell you, I'm editing a book for Tommy Hancock. So Carl Westman says, I would never eat with Donna's fork. She would eat off the floor if I let her. You don't want to eat off our floors, Carl. We have a vacuum cleaner that's in almost pristine condition. So anyway, criminals beware, the rising tide is coming for you. Anyway. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, Bobby, I read the James Patterson Shadow book. It wasn't half bad, actually. It wasn't the Shadow, but it was a close enough Shadow for my taste. Wondering if you've read it yet. Rick Bradley says, I think it is who most of us think it is that is disliking the show. Karma is biding her time. He's going to try and use the wrong person and things will not go good for them anymore. He'll try to reach too far and fall in a huge pile of his own. That's right. Or as we like to call it, shaving cream. Yeah, there's a great old song. I know you can find it on YouTube. It's by a person named Benny Bell, and it was a, I think it was like 1920s novelty song. And, like one of the verses, the baby fell out of the window. I thought that its head would be split, but good luck with shining that morning. She fell in a big pile of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. And that song just doesn't get old. And the artworker Bill Sargent says, Henry Winkler threatened to leave Happy Days when the producers wanted to change the name to Fonzie and the Happy Days Gang. They didn't change the name, but used the new name for an animated Happy Days series with the four main actors voicing their characters in the cartoon. That's right, they did. And I remember reading a recent interview with Ron Howard that he voiced concern that he said, guys, he went to Gary Marshall and the other producers, Penny Marshall's dad, and said, guys, you signed me up to be the star of this show. Don't want to pull any ego thing here, but I am the head of it. And I guess he and Winkler got together and they both, Winkler was like, I'm just, I will do whatever this show needs. But if it means taking the spotlight off of you, I will leave. This is not, this is your show. I am a supporting member. I'm part of the team. So he and Winkler had it all straightened out. And then the producers got in line too. So that's why Richie Cunningham was never ignored by the script writers. But no, I forgot about that animated series. Very good. And there were some great animated series that use like original, member spinoffs. Like there was the Harlem Globetrotters that used like Curly Neal and Meadowlark Lemon and some of the regular Globetrotters. Gosh, who else am I thinking of? Bill and Ted, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter voiced their own. And that was a really clever series, too. I can't remember if George Carlin did his voice, though. I can't remember. I'm sure Bill will remember, though. Anyway, Joe Bachman, Tron and Tron Legacy are both great movies, in my opinion. I have to agree with you. Those are super, super movies. I've seen the original Tron a long, long time ago, several times, and I have watched the new one, but only once. So my apologies to everyone for my lack of hepness. I promise I will get out of here 23 skidoo and become as with it as you rockin' teenagers. And I haven't had a chance to read the new Shadow yet. Glad you dug it. Yeah, I really did. It was well written. It's James Patterson. You can expect a certain amount of craft. But I was content with its Shadow explanation as I was with J.J. Abrams' new Star Trek in relation to the classic. I'll put it that way because I don't want to ruin anything. And have a great day. Got to bounce. It's road trip day with my dad. Bobby, have a great day. Travel safely. Much adoration to you and your dad. And look forward to the pictures already. You take care, all right? And Dad, I thought Gary Marshall was Penny's brother. Oh, that's right. That I knew that in my head. It came out here wrong. So thank you for the correction, Donna. I sincerely appreciate the corrections. And am I the only one who didn't know Happy Days was made in the 70s? I thought it was an actual 50s TV show. No, actually, what was kind of funny, though, it had a spinoff too called Laverne and Shirley, which aired right after it, I think on Tuesday nights on ABC. The funny thing was, Happy Days was originally a segment on a show called Love American Style. I think it was just Richie and Potsy in that one, and then they brought it to series, and then after a while, it also spun off Mork and Mindy that featured, it was the first major television show with starring Robin Williams and Pam Dauber, who I had a major crush on. And the joke was that the perfect script would have been fade in, enter Mindy, enter Mork ad-libs, fade to black, the end. So that's another show that had a couple spinoffs too, in addition to that cartoon. And Joni Loves Chachi, featuring Scott Baio. And I think that's everything. So anyway, no, it was actually done in the 70s, ran for a number of years, and it's also the show where we get the term jumping the shark, based on a 2-part episode with Fonzie, because Jaws was hot in the theaters, and they did a show where Fonzie was supposed to do a jump over a shark-infested waters, and it was a dumb as hell show. So there's another show. But yeah, the thing is, Laverne and Shirley was a spinoff of Happy Days, which meant it took place in the 50s. But by the time they got to series, you couldn't tell that it was set back in the 50s, that it seemed fairly contemporary. Eric Hawkins says, I used to think that too, Grant. Yeah. I think it's because I'm significantly older than you. And yeah, that's the Mandela Marshall effect on it. Yeah, that's true. In my reality, it's father and daughter. It's really ugly. Anyway, Grant Marshall was Penny's brother. I always thought he was her dad too, though. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. And Brian has only been saying greetings programs for 2 years, waiting for you to get the Tron reference. Well, you see, some things are worth waiting for, aren't they, Eric? I am slow as molasses, I tell you. And Joe Bachman, time for me to hop off. They are finally starting to drill the dewatering wells, going to try to get video of it to post later today. Oh, that sounds interesting, Joe. You have a great day, my friend. And Brian Hawkins mocks me with his laughter, as well he should. It's been 2 years. If it's been 2 years, it's been at least a year. Well, you see, it's been 2 years in this reality. That's why you should tune into the Truthmongers tonight at 7 p.m. with Carl Witzman and Ted Davies, or in your reality, Michaela Jade, and Nicholas Anthony Tockard. Okay. Anyway, Joe Bachman, going to be a busy night between developing my next app and editing videos of the job site today. And have a great day all, and see you Friday. And Skunkcracker says, yeah, give it 2 days. Brian will be back to, oh, hey, Mr. Rodman, how are things in the Matrix? Why do you think it's going to take that long? If I go to the end of the show and not say that, I think I'll be in amazingly good shape. So yeah, Brian is adult. And for some reason they let me operate a motor vehicle and vote. I mean, is that dangerous or what? And Carl Witzman says, I have always wanted to tell a joke that someone gets 5 years later in the middle of a meeting and bursts out laughing. Well, my usual thing is, and I think I got this from Bob Collins of WGN, who used to say, or someone used to say, you'll get that one day and you'll just laugh. And well, that reminds me, I did, I don't know, it's not a very clean thing, but my grandfather on my mother's side, used to say something to my grandmother, after an intimate moment. Let's see how close I can get to being defunded with this. My great grandfather, who was a mutt, and he had it's like in Stripes where you've been kicked out of all the good countries. That was him. And my grandmother, the woman he married, was a 100% pure-blooded Swedish woman. And after intimate moments, he would tell her, now you got a little Indian in you. And I was in my mid-20s when my grandmother came up to me one day and said, Brian, can you explain? You've got a good sense of humor. Can you explain this joke to me? And I'm like, Grandma, we're going to have that talk, aren't we? And Michaela Jade says it's miserable hot out here. Going to make a short day so I don't die from heat stroke, which means I can get home early and right. Now, you see, that is why I adore this woman. One of the many reasons. You see what she's doing? She is like, you know what? I'm going to take, when I can't work the A plan, I'm going to work the B plan until it becomes my A plan. That's what I've been doing for the last 10, almost 10 years now. We're about 6 months away from the anniversary of the second best day of my life. The day I got fired from my job and suddenly I had to sink or swim and I had an opportunity to do this full time, and here I am. And I'm not saying it pays all the bills. There's some months it doesn't pay any bills. As I joke frequently, some months it won't even buy government cheese, but I've been more fulfilled and I've met the best friends than I've ever had through this rising tide thing. So it's worth it. Or make a joke. Carl Witzman will make a joke so esoteric or outre that no one gets it except one person. I've done that a lot, and it's happened to me one time. It was I think it was playing at the Fisher Theater in Danville, Illinois. Blazing Saddles, and my high school French teacher was about a dozen rows in front of me, and I'm still in touch with my high school French teacher too, Mr. Trahan. If you're watching, I love you, and thank you for all you did. And Mr. Spicer, if you're watching too, you're tops of my list too. But anyway, Mr. Trahan was sitting about 12 rows in front of me, and when they introduced Mel Brooks as Governor Lepetame, he burst out laughing. He and his wife. And I'm like, and I knew they were in the audience. We said hello before the show. And I went up to him afterwards and I asked him and said, why was that so funny? What did I not get? And he goes, look it up. And that's the best advice that any of my teachers could give me. And my mom used to give it to, and my father's mother used to give it to me all the time. Look it up, find it out for yourself. That's why I have little patience for people who don't do their own research now, because especially with the internet, there's so much to look at. But anyway, I found out that there was a French entertainer circa 1890 who was like the rage of all France. And he called himself Lepetame. And well, the thing was, he would play a number of wind instruments by breaking wind. And actually he could carry tunes with them. So anyway, I would definitely that puts a new meaning to warming up your instrument. But anyway, so yeah, but anyway, he got that, and I went to the library and actually the Danville library and actually found information on it, and I went up to him I think I researched it over the weekend, and I went up to him Monday and I said, "Thank you, sir. I understand now." That was funny. So anyway, and wow, he's caught up, and it's only 10 a.m. I know, and don't die, don't die, Michaela. Yeah, seriously, folks. It is, I don't know how it is in your area, but in ours, we are expecting, I think our heat index today is going to be only 105. They used to call it a comfort index. My butt, it's a comfort index. But anyway, stay hydrated, stay inside, check on people and pets, and make sure that they are well taken care of as well. So yeah, Michaela, please, we need you. All right. So anyway, we've got more comments here. Skunk Cracker says, I don't remember what joke it was, Carl, but that did happen to me once. I just remember sitting there thinking about it, and then suddenly dawned on me why it was funny. Yeah. I probably had a moment or two like that too. Probably took me longer. And Brian Hawkins, by the way, when I say end of line, sometimes that's a Tron reference too. You're gonna have to spell this damn thing out to me. Brian, do you come with subtitles? And his Rocker says, and then I was going around telling everyone, and they were like, "Yeah, duh, you didn't get it." I felt like an idiot. Yeah, I've been there. And don't die, feed Cookie breakfast. There we go. Well, a lot, because of her late hours now. It's so messed up. Our schedules are so messed up. We'll have dinner like at 10 o'clock at night after I finish some of my shows, or at least a snack. We get hungry. We generally don't eat breakfast till about 12 or 1 o'clock now. Don't die, feed Cookie, because it's her breakfast. And we've had coffee long before then because, hashtag priorities. So anyway, and good morning, how y'all are? Well, Cindy Kemp, we are delighted to have you here. Hope your computer is getting better, sweetheart. And please go to ckoepp.com for the best newsletter. Also, Bear Publications, where you can not only get some of Cindy Kemp's amazing work, just as you can on Amazon, but you can get a copy of Animal Eye #1, her very first comic book that's getting rave reviews, and deservedly so. So anyway, and Cindy's probably going, wait a minute, he's only 4 minutes behind. What the heck happened? And Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt. Hey, yo, Pops. How you doing? Did you know Pops is having an art auction that coincides with CromCon Europe 2 this weekend? I did. Well, now you know. So there, Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt and comic-related madness, which once you pointed it out to me, I started saying it correctly, Pops. Yeah, check out CromCon this weekend. Our European brethren will be displaying their wares. That's going to be a lot of fun, as it always is for CromCon, Pops. Good to see you, my friend. And Brian almost broke a tear there. Be careful. You're seeing human emotions here. I can't have witnesses. Cindy Kemp says, you need to get armor forged by a god. That's Volcana. You can get that at Smashwords. It's a great site if you like your ebooks. And also we have paperbacks on Amazon. Thank you, Cindy. And the Scoutcracker says, back in the days of BBS and the news groups and early file sharing on HTML pages, you used to see at the end of a text file EOF. But I always ended my text EOL just to see if anyone picked up on it. Oh my gosh. And did you send out little discs in every magazine? And Schrodinger's joke, it's funny yet it is not funny. That's about half of my repertoire, Carl. Some of them land, some of them don't. And no one ever did. Of course they didn't. But someone who would is Amy Hale, because she's beautiful and brilliant and wonderful. Mwah! Amy Hale, good morning, everyone. Hope you are feeling even better today. Amy has had a close call with the COVID, and thank goodness she and John are okay. And please pick up her books. Please help her speed up her recovery by going to Amazon today and look up Amy Hale, author Amy Hale, and please pick up some of her books. Neuroses is a fine book to read. Read it to the kids. It'll prepare them for life. And Skyman Bell's the Master of Steam. You can get that wonderful book on Amazon. And more Sky. And if you watched last night's show, you would have heard about more plans for Skyman if you're interested. And don't feel badly, Skunk, says Carl Witzman. Some jokes are just that way. Slow burns. There you go. That's the way. And Simple Swords, Fighting Axes. You need that. That's from Nicholas Anthony Tucker. Great reference works if you're a writer. So please check out those works. He is incredible. So is John B. Pica, johnpica.com for all of his broadcasting. And back of the Serial Box Network, check out Night Reich. It's got Nazis getting beat up and stuff. And Traveling TARDISes are legendly. Melanie Dean puts on a great show every week on YouTube, 6 p.m. every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, and almost 90 degrees on the lake today, says Ted Davies. Ted, did you get your I hope you got your water problem fixed. I hope you and Chris are doing okay. Cindy Cap says, those dastardly dingoes. How dare they start a podcast that's so darn entertaining? You can check them out. They're going to be firing up brand new episodes coming soon on YouTube. Check them out there. And also subscribe to their channel. Also subscribe to my channel if you would, please. That would be nice. And also Michaela's, because I want her to pass me up so I can rib her about it and feel bad for myself. Anyway, dastardly dingoes. And we are also the dingoes and the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, at least my corner of it, are hoping to plan a crossover because it's comics. Anyway, City can be Culture of Nerds. It's not just yogurt. It's also in Ryan Permison. Check out his great programming at the Nerd Culture channel. He is fantastic. And it's 65 degrees where I am. That's enough out of you, Jake Lindsay. And City Cap says, small publisher desk every Saturday night at 10 p.m. The newest member of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network does some amazing broadcasting, followed by Joe Dog at 11 p.m. with Stupid O'Clock, and also Last Man Standing at 1 a.m. that morning. Check them out. And don't get heat stroke, Ted. We've got good stuff tonight. Yeah, don't make me stand in for you, Ted, okay? You won't have a show left when I'm done. And it's going to be 98 with a heat index of 110 in the loo today. Ooh. Damn. I think ours is only going up to about 105, and that's about when the physical therapy for Cookie goes on. So thank God we're in an indoor place. And Neuroses, you need that. That's Amy Hale's new book. It is a great, it's a super, super book. So please check that thing out. Scott Clarker says, well, that reminded me of a joke from a movie that I love that other people I know didn't get. Beetlejuice, and Charles going on about the talking Marcel Marceau statue. Yes! I caught that. That was hilarious. Beetlejuice is one of my favorite movies, along with Cookie. We watched that a lot when we were dating. I think we helped bond us over that thing. Coffee. But anyway, but yeah, that was great stuff. And also, I'm sure you've seen it, Mel Brooks' silent movie. I was kidding the other day, and I don't think anyone got it, that I've memorized the entire dialogue from it. I made a joke about that the other day, and nobody reacted. And I will tell you what, I will recite the entire script, the entire bit of dialogue from Mel Brooks' silent movie. It was Marcel Marceau. No. Okay, thank you. And I'll keep cool, Carl. Yeah, just start drinking like you would on Drinking with the Davies. Friday nights, you'll love it. And Warriors. That's 3 of them, because Michaela Jade has a Warriors trilogy available on Amazon, and they're great reads. You got to get on them. All right. And Cindy kept, you need poetry too. And Teresa Dunn has 2 volumes of that, Poetry Expressions, available on Amazon, and the Historical Fencing Guild every Friday night at 8 p.m. 7 p.m. Central, where you can learn to kill your friends and co-workers safely. And Pops Van Zandt talks comics on the Pops Van Zandt channels. Please check them out. Comics Talk and comic. Let's see. Anyway, I'm going to screw it up. Comics Talk and Madness. Check them out. Just look up Pops Van Zandt and subscribe to both his channels. And Hybrids, Luke Stone Studios. Check out Luke. I think he's on the mend. Haven't heard in a couple days. And yes, please pick up my books. I just got my ER bill. I might have to sell a kidney to cover it. Yeah, no more checking into cheap motels. You might wake up in a bathtub full of ice. You never know. And you've lost the value of that kidney. But anyway, definitely let's help Amy out. Let's Rising Tide her out of this. All right. Even just get her ebook. You will have helped that much. All right. And More Than Powerful Stories, Bear Publications. Again, that's where you can get the astounding, and I mean this in all sincerity. I am not even halfway joking. Is it here, or did I take it downstairs already? I took it downstairs to put in my to read pile again. I've read that a dozen times. Animal Eye #1 has been getting rave reviews. It is a super comic, gamelit comic. It brings you right into the heart of being inside a video game. And it's got a great story to boot, and she does a super job in presenting it. So please check it out. And that was well done, sir. Well done. Thank you, whoever did that. And Zombies in Oz, check it out on Comixology. Also, it's in demand on Indiegogo for a very limited time. So if you want copies you can hold in your hand, get them floppies at Indiegogo. And Kentucky Browncoats taking the sky, thanks to Renmelian, a great creative dynamo she is. Mwah, I love you, Renmelian. And Angels, Memoirs, and Nebulizers from BrianRobin.com. Check out that great book. And your physical copy of the Nebulizer #1 should be coming to you soon. And the press is storming again. Stormgate Press, the publishers of the award-winning Pulp Reality #1, of which I am in, along with Rick Bradley and Clyde Hall and several other wonderful Nevermorians. Thank you, Cindy. And Sarnard76 for Vintage Cartooniness. It is good stuff. And Well is working again. Good, Ted Davies Artistry. BKM, thanks for asking. Sorry about this week's scheduling snafu. That's all right. But I'll be on the Truthmongers tonight at 7 and tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. TED Talk special episode. Super. They're all special, Ted. I dig the hell out of them. So anyway, please check out Ted Davies Artistry and please subscribe to his YouTube channel because he's amazing. And Back of the Cereal Box on Saturday morning, 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern and 8 a.m. Central. And check out John B. Pica's great network at the Back of the Cereal Box. It's good stuff. And TED Talks Time Travel, Star Wars, toys I grew up with and still have. Not timepieces, but still, oh yeah, definitely fun. That is cool. And Dubuque Comic and Toy Show, the return of QuadCon 5 Flags event set at the 5 Flags Event Center, October 3rd. Books, dragons, creepy stuff, and cool stuff. And that's just my table, says Cindy Cap. Creepy stuff. Am I supposed to be there? I didn't know it. What the heck? Anyway, and Skunk Rocker says, yeah, at some point I got to read that book. I bought it from the dude at CreepyCon. It's an anthology series centering on punksploitation horror. Ooh, wow. Yeah, what is it? I've got a book in my read pile. It's Circus Punk. I'm not even sure what Circus Punk is, but it's there. Anything can be punk, I guess. You have the right attitude. And I don't see how Brian keeps everyone's pages and groups straight, says Carl Witzman, especially the ones with long names. Constant repetition, I think, is what it is. I just don't get Tron references like I should. And the beautiful Acuff Creation says, I can't even keep my own pages and groups straight. Yeah! See, it's not just me. It's not just me. Thank you. Thank you, Keisha. And Cindy Cap, Halloween Comic and Toy Show at QuadCon Des Moines. Books, comics, including hers, and Dragon's Dice and creepy stuff. And Cindy Cap, good luck on those. And Skunk Rocker is an underrated, says Silent Movie is an underrated classic. I agree. It's actually one of my favorite Mel Brooks. I think it's every bit as good as like Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles. You know, and that's the problem with cancel culture with, you know, we won't, you know, there'll be a day when there'll just be like lonely VHS tapes or grainy DVDs burned of like Blazing Saddles. But yeah, and he said, and Spaceballs is so very funny. And also, if you ever get, and I'm sure if you haven't seen it, Skunk, because you're considerably younger than I am, but Mel Brooks did a TV series called When Things Were Rotten about Robin Hood. And it had Dick Gautier in it, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful show. And I think Misty Rowe from Hee Haw played Maid Marian, but it was hilarious. Every episode was a howl. Well worth looking for, Skunk. Well worth looking for. And yes, the Marcel phone call is the best scene in the entire film. Yeah, that and the Marcel's shower. I think it's Marcel's shower scene where he's in the shower and he's lathering. Was it Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise, and all are trying to contact him to try to, latch onto him. And Marcel's in the shower and he's lathering himself up. And then you see another Bert's hand come in. Then you see Dom's hand and a couple more hands coming in. And he looks on it, and then he looks to, and it's a clear front to the shower stall. And he looks up and he like that. And then the card comes up, help. I'm going to have to look for that movie again, Skunk. I think I see some hilarity in my future. Oh, and speaking of PT, my first appointment for my shoulders tomorrow. Bring Michaela home. That's right. I want Cookie. I want Michaela home. All right. And animaliecomic.com for all the things you need to know about a bird and a dog helping out their humans. I love that. That's a beautiful pitch, Cindy. That is fantastic. And Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt says, I am also on the run to 500. There will be a madness party that day. Pops, I am certain you will hit it soon, and I'll do all I can to help you. And Cindy kept saying, that's the end of my break. Y'all have fun storming castles. Don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Hashtag bring cookie home. Sign up for the Rising Tides newsletter and go to Patreon to support your favorite artistic sorts, especially Cindy Kep. Look up ckoepp.com on the interwebs and also check out CKOEPP in Patreon. She's got some great works in progress. She's been sharing. What a super, super author. And Keisha Acuff is on the road to 15 followers. Well, Keisha, if you had signed up with the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, you'd be up to 20 by now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Keisha, definitely give Acuff Creations some love because we love Keisha. She is a great broadcaster, a wonderful lady, and a great creator. So let's get you up there soon. And Grant Lankert says, knowing Brian, he would probably love to bring Michaela home if only Cookie would let him. Oh, you're on to me, Grant. That's okay. Cookie likes Michaela, and then there's somebody who will help her pick on me. That's the way it works. And so now that Cindy's break is over, don't die, feed Cookie. Hey, we're on time this morning. I don't know if we'd have less people here. We do have we've got about 10 people, fewer people watching than normal. That's absolutely fine. Maybe they're out in the heat dying, or whatever. But anyway, but we're having fun. That's the main thing. So, but we are, I could feed Cookie early. I could do that unless you guys, I'll keep this up as long as you can. But we could sign off and get you back to your days. So probably should get you back. Especially since I'm almost done with my coffee. Yes, I go through it quickly. While it's still hot. Anyway, let's see what we've got going here. Is there anything I need to tell you guys about? I'm not sure I do. But anyway, we will close it off today, I think. All right, how does that sound? Oh, we got more comments. And I'm tempted to flood the stream with comments, but you deserve to call it a day earlier. Thank you, Grant. And hey, Brian, it's an off day. I could just feel it personally. It could be, and I don't think it's me. I just woke up feeling that something's going on in the air. You ever get those feelings, Skunk? I think something's happening, and I'm not sure what it is. I hope I'm a terrible prophet, though. And I'm on my way to 5 subscribers. No content, but I do have 2 subscriptions. Brian, I will look you up and make it 3. How's that? Let's get Brian Hawkins up to 5 subscriptions today. And I'll keep this up as long as you can. Yeah, that's what he said. And how many times have the ladies heard that, right, Donna? See, there's only room for one naughty person because I know when to quit. Anyway, Jake Twister, much love to you, my man. You take care of yourself. You have a great day. And don't die. Feed Cookie. More importantly, feed yourself. I don't know. I think feeding her is the best thing I do all day. And Scott Crocker says, I just think everyone here, including myself, just doesn't have much to say today, but that's okay because it means you can dip out earlier than expected. That's all right, Neil. And something Cookie and I have talked about in our relationship is that we don't have to talk all the time. Because when you're with somebody you really like, just being in the same room with them and digging their vibe is probably every bit as important as having a real conversation with them. I know people that can't. My one grandmother was like that. My crazy one was like that. Couldn't stand silence. Oh, and if you weren't talking and she didn't have anything, she turned on the TV, just to have somebody saying something. And I got over that. I got over that pretty quickly in life. But, and there's just some people, I could just, hang out with them and just enjoy their company that way. And it's all good. Is it just me? Anyway, let's see. Amy Hale says, thank you everyone for your prayers and well wishes and support. John and I are healing well. And that's great news, Amy. I every time I hear one of my friends gets it, I think of one friend who I saw about a month ago, who incredibly good health. I mean, he's muscular. He dresses up like a superhero because he doesn't need the padding. He's got real muscles. He takes excellent care of himself. He got it. He is still weak. Like a year and 3/4 later, and he still has trouble breathing at times. He still has brain fog, and his taste of smell and taste are still gone. You are already in better shape than he is. Okay, Amy? And I expect a full recovery for you and John. I really do. And looking forward to it too. Because we got shows to do. We got to be in Harrisburg together. We've got things to accomplish. And love you, buddy. Have a great day. Grant, back at you, my brother. You take care of yourself. You give Angie a hug from all me and the rest of the crew. And do something inappropriate. And she'll probably think I put you up to it. ACUF Creations. I'm on the new Rising Tide broadcast opening page. Not sure if you switched to it yet. I'm on the wild card area. Oh, cool. Cool. That's good to know. We welcome you. I know I invited you. So, but yeah, we got to promote you. We seriously got to promote you. Let's work on that. And so don't die, feed Cookie. Get her to PT, and you will see you tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum. Thank you, Skunk. Hey, brother, I hope you're having a good day, man. You, of all people, certainly deserve it. And nobody needs to be yanking your tail today unless it's some sort of foreplay. You know what I'm saying? So you have a great day, brother. And great show. Thank you, Carl. Thank you. And I'm so looking forward to you and Ted tonight on the Truth Mongers. I will try to tune in. I'll also try to be there on time. I've been having trouble with that lately. And vibing here. Jake Twister, we're just glad to have your positive vibes here, my man. And let's get to 500 so we can have a party for all the network. We should plan this thing. We really should. We should plan some sort of strategy to get the people who aren't up to 500 at least that far. Because that's I don't know about anyone else. Michaela, maybe you would answer this. That's where I started to feel that maybe I could make it to 1,000. But I will say that for everyone who's at 100, the vast majority of YouTube broadcasters do not get that far. You're already breathing pretty rare air. Now, we're never going to get up to a PewDiePie or a Philip DeFranco. At least I don't think I will. I'm sure I will not. But I'll be happy to get over 1,000 because I am looking at monetization. Because I want to support the network with it. I want to be able to throw a bonus out to people. Like I said, I want to send Ted and Carl a gift certificate with the caveat that they have to try a new cigar they've never had before. And I want to send out something to, and also Donna, because she's part of this too. I also want to send, say, a little something to my Comic Book Spectrum people and say, hey, here's something. Buy some graphic novels. Let's review those this week. And of course, I'm also looking for equipment upgrades on my end. If Cindy Kemper, one of our people, she needs if she needs a new computer, here's Cindy. I want to be able to get the monetization up where I can truly take care of my network. I'm not using it to line my pockets. That's not my goal. Okay. So anyway, Facebook users just stopping in to say, hey, I'm at work. I'm sorry. Anyway, we hope we're making it a little bit lighter, and we hope you're having a good day nonetheless. And back in the cereal box, coming in very late, Carwin Starn, I've been put in Facebook jail for 60 days. Good Lord. If you can, send me a PM and tell me what you did or was alleged to do. Although I can guess, probably telling somebody the truth. But send it to my email if nothing else. I don't know if you're in solitary or anything yet, but John, I'm so sorry, dude. And Ted Davies Artistry, great show, PKM. Much success to you and everyone. See you tonight. Ted Davies Artistry tonight, 7 p.m. The Truth Mongers with Ted Davies and guest host Carl Witzman as they talk about the Mandela effect. What is the Mandela effect? You'll find out. Maybe you've been a victim of it. Anyway, brother, take care. Glad the well is well. And ACUF Creations, have a wonderful week, everyone. I love you, crazy weirdos. Well, one of us. We love you too, Keisha. You are an amazing lady. And everyone have a productive day. You too, my man. You take care, or my woman, whatever gender you are, and don't tell me. You have a great one too. And Brian Hawkins, everyone have a great day. End of line. Hey, that's from Tron, isn't it? Anyway, Carl Witzman says everyone have a great day. I agree. And per my prediction, you do know you do have 2 thumbs down. Yeah, and I think I know who both of them are. So disgruntled people who no longer have access to the rising tide. And take care all. Take care of yourself, Ace. Thank you for being here. Love your presence here. And see everyone tonight. Donna, mwah, you have a super, super day, my dear. Look forward to seeing you soon. And I'm at 441 subs, I think. Getting closer. Oh, Amy, I was checking you out last weekend. You only had 400 then. You're on the rise. Everyone, please subscribe to Amy's Facebook page. Let's get her to 500 before she gets well. How's that? Oh my God, Amy, that's amazing. Oh, okay. I don't know why I'm not showing up. This is Charles F. Millhouse. Charles F. Millhouse of the award-winning Pulp Reality 1 and 2. Copies of which I will soon have to sell at shows like BirdCon September 4th, and also the creator of the brand new Evolution Man, which is getting rave reviews and deservedly so. Fantastic book. Please read that book. It is great. Charles, I'm sorry Facebook isn't telling you, but you can see here, you're seeing what I'm seeing. So anyway, love you, Charles. And as soon as I'm done with this thing for Tommy, you're next on my to-do list. And Jake Twister, you're not aiming to line your own pockets, only the coffee cartel to wake us all up. Well, I may we may have an extra bean or two. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking to grow my network. And I can't do that if I hoard all the wealth. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, I want to help my people. Because that's what Rising Tide is about. All right. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, me, I'm spending my way towards the middle, Jake. So anyway, we're caught up with your stuff. It is now 11:32. We've been on the air for an hour and a half, and I think that's pretty good, people. Thank you for getting us this far. And so I think it's time to start winding down here. First of all, we have a lot of people to thank, and the first one is author Amy Hale. We'll go in reverse order here. Amy Hale, who is getting better every day, I'm glad to say. And she, but what will really cheer this young lady up is for you to buy one of her books. And she's got a lot of great work to consider. Check this out. If you like great storytelling, you will love author Amy Hale. Check out her books today on Amazon. Also at authoramyhale.com, and check out her Facebook pages, Author Amy Hale and Amy Hale's Angels. They are both awesome. And are you still going to have a little talk later today? I would like to know. Amy Hale says, have a great day, everyone. Much love to all. Mwah. Much love to you, John, and the family. Have a great one. And Charles F. Millhouse says, maybe I'll get respect from YouTube. Well, I get very little from Facebook, so that's why I keep concentrating on YouTube. So anyway, we got to get your channel up to going too. And if you ever, Charles, I'll say it publicly, if you ever get your shows going again, you're invited to my network, all right? Anyway, Charles, glad to have you here, brother. And do check out what he's got going at stormgatepress.com. Fantastic stuff. And he's an amazing author. And we're going to do some more shows together, my friend. We are. And speaking of shows, we're going to go to shows that have covers, great covers on their books. And where would I go to get a great cover? I know. Great covers, weren't they? And you can get them too at very affordable rates. Believe me, I don't want to say what the rates are. That's for Jeffrey Hayes to do, but contact him at plasmafiregraphics.com. Also check out his Facebook page for some more beautiful artwork and have him work for you. He's done something for me. He's done the Snow Shorts cover series, and look at the beautiful one he did for mine. Man, I'm so proud of that. It makes me happy to be behind that cover, and we think you'll be happy having his work at the forefront of your covers too. So contact Jeffrey Hayes at plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasmafire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers a lot. And also what matters to me is Patreon. My supporters here support this show and the Rising Tide mission by a modest a monthly stipend every month, which adds up, and it really is such a boost emotionally and financially. And again, we're not using it to line our pockets. We're using it to keep the show going and growing. So if you want to find out what you get in return for your support to me, check me out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Also check out our great lineup of shows, and Keisha is on there. Cool. I don't read this stuff. It's only my network. Anyway, please check out this show. Take a screenshot of it, if you will, because we've got your entertainment covered 7 days a week, and working on 24 hours a day. We want to conquer the airwaves. But anyway, we've got an array of wonderful shows that there's got to be something you'll enjoy, not just mine, but also maybe tonight, Ted Davies and guest host Carl Witzman will be talking about the Mandela effect on the Truth Mongers. And then tomorrow morning, Ted talks toys. He's going to give us a look at his toy collection. That ought to be fun. And then tomorrow night at 7 p.m. will be Comic Book Spectrum with myself, Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman. We are going to review and discuss comic books in a fun, entertaining way. We think you'll dig what we've got going. It's a fun show to do. It's a fun show to watch. We get a lot of compliments on it. Then at 9 p.m. will be Stupid O'Clock, the funniest talk show on the air. A lot of nerds get together, very intelligent nerds, and the laughs will ensue. Then stay tuned for Dan Hollifield's Last Man Standing, which continues the hilarity into the late hours, and check it all out. It's good. It's really great stuff, all on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And that does it for us, I think, and we want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you for supporting us this week. It's been a challenging week, but thanks to all of you, we are going to make it through it with style and with our heads held high. So anyway, folks, as always, as we close out the show, and we've got a few promos we're going to do for some of our friends. Please stick around, check them out as well. And also, if you haven't already, please give this show a like if you're watching it on Facebook. Also, if you haven't already, please give a like to the page you're watching it on, if it's available, such as Kathy Jackson's books, the Rising Tide Publications page, and the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed any part of the show. And give those two negative Nellies what for? Losers. And anyway, also please subscribe to our channel. We've got a lot of great content. We'll be announcing a brand new show that I'm doing in the next few days. We got to nail down a title. That's what it is. That's all that's standing in the way. I'm already starting on the writing of it, and it's going to be a daily show. And I'm talking 7 days a week, folks. But you'll see what it is when we unveil it. But please check out our network, and please subscribe to my channel so you don't, and ring that bell. Do terrible things to it. No one will care. You'll get away with it. And so you'll be notified of any future broadcasts that we do on this channel. So in closing, folks, as we're closing in on, we just passed the 1 hour and 37 mark. We want to wish you a super new comic book day, a fantastic hump day. Hope the middle of your work week goes great. Stay warm. Don't stay warm. No, we'll say that to you in about 6 months. Stay cool today. There are dangerous levels of heat happening across America today. Please take care of yourself. Check on friends who can't get out, and make sure your pets are well taken care of. Give them a little extra love today, okay? And save some for yourself. You deserve it. You really do. And I thank each and every one of you for being here sincerely. I really do. And so in closing, I'd like to give everyone my best wishes for a great Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. And as usual, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, never apologize for being awesome. That's exactly what you are. Thank you for watching today. And we'll see you tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And again, never mind the furthermore, Friday morning at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central. Have a great Wednesday, everyone. Take care.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Go thee to thy rest, O shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today. Stormgate Press presents Pulp Reality 2. 10 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Packed with pirates, private eyes, aliens, automatons, villains, and vigilantes. High adventure, wondrous fantasy, mysterious horror, and startling science fiction await. Pick up a copy and be transported to astonishing places and travel to amazing times in the golden age pulp style. This is Pulp Reality 2. Available now on Amazon.com. From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide and Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.